Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Well, thanks for joining us here this Sunday evening. I'm Jordan Smith, and we're closing out a particularly windy weekend, so we'll send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray, who can tell us more about the showers that we can expect this week. Matt?
That's right. Some of us did get rain this weekend. Some of us will be getting a little bit more as we head into tonight and early tomorrow. Here's the next round of wet weather. Already, they're soaking it up west of the Cascades. This will cross the mountains tonight, and as we get into tomorrow morning, the cloudy skies we see now will try to push out a little bit of rain, but got to tell you, as I've updated the forecast throughout the day today, this is not looking nearly as wet as what we had perhaps anticipated just a couple of days ago. So something to keep in mind there, especially for you folks in eastern Washington. As we get into the morning hours, our rain chances only go up to about 20%. There's going to be a lot of cloud cover, but not much in the way of measurable rainfall. Maybe just a sprinkle or two in many areas as we start the day. Through the overnight, that cloud cover will keep us very warm, however. In fact, we'll only get down into the upper 30s. Should be one of the warmer nights we see this month, the way things are going. So for Monday, the forecast not as wet. There's still going to be some areas, though, that do see rain, and I'll detail that in our full forecast coming up. But then as we head into the middle of the week, another round of rain comes in. But perhaps more interesting is what happens after that, and not just because we'll actually see a couple of nice days in your forecast. It's the gradual cooling as we approach very busy travel time later this month. I'll have more on that coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks. And as that weather shifts from fall to winter, we can expect to see a few changes around our local parks. Tomorrow, the Cumulin Park boat launch will close for the season. The ramp located along the Spokane River in Post Falls usually closes each year due to weather conditions and dropping water levels. You could expect that ramp to reopen in the late spring or early summer, but this all depends on the amount of inflow into Lake Coeur d'Alene. Tomorrow marks 1 year since 4 University of Idaho students were murdered in their off-campus home. Tomorrow evening, University of Idaho students are hosting a vigil on the administration lawn in memory of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonsalves. The event being led by representatives of 3 Greek chapters on campus. Organizers hope that it provides a place for the community to heal and honor the 4 who were lost. This event is open to all Idaho vandals living across the state and beyond. They're encouraged to turn on their porch lights from 6 to 7 p.m. in solidarity. Across the globe tonight in Israel, more people gather with the hope to heal. Balloons were released in Kfar Saba late yesterday in calls for the release of the hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Families of the more than 200 hostages held by Hamas rallied in Tel Aviv. They're urging the Israeli government to do more to bring their loved ones home safely. One local nonprofit is bringing unity in the face of tragedy. Feast World Kitchen is hosting Mothers for Peace, which is a day of shared compassion for Israel and Palestine. Today's chefs are daughters of Israeli and Palestinian mothers who have been meeting together during this difficult time. Allison Martinez has that story.
Amidst sorrow for events happening in Israel and Gaza, one Spokane nonprofit is uniting the community in support. Behind me is a restaurant jam-packed of people who are showing up for the cause. Family recipes, important conversations, and compassion filled the dining room at Feast World Kitchen today. The nonprofit hosted Mothers for Peace, featuring food made by Israeli and Palestinian mothers for everyone.
We come together, a Palestinian chef and Israeli chef in the same kitchen, cooking, enjoying the food, and yeah, we just love each other.
Leah and Diana both have family in Israel and friends in Palestine. Today they volunteered to bring recipes from their childhood to Spokane.
I mean, these are the dishes that
our mothers made.
Made for us when we were having a hard time, when we were feeling kind of sad, and when we were celebrating. These are the dishes. These are dishes we make for our kids.
They say the goal of today's event is to find solidarity, and today's turnout confirmed that it's possible.
It's beautiful inside, right? You know, when there's so much anger that you're hearing on the left and on the right, and Here, people are coming in, they're being together, they're obviously showing their support and their compassion.
Profits from today's meals are going to Parent Circle Families Forum, an organization that brings together Israeli and Palestinian parents who have lost a child in the conflict.
We're here in community, we're here in solidarity of each other and in love.
In love, yeah.
For more information on Mothers for Peace or Feast World Kitchen, you can visit our website, kxly.com. Reporting in downtown Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
An important story, Allison. Thank you for that. In Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is pushing back against international calls for a ceasefire, saying that Israel's battle against Hamas will continue with full force. Several hospitals in Gaza are suffering relentless bombardment. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack with the latest.
Far too many Palestinians have been killed. Far too many have suffered.
According to the Hamas-run health ministry, more than 11,000 Palestinians have died since the war began. This weekend, Hezbollah taking responsibility for 2 attacks on Israel. Meanwhile, the IDF continues its airstrikes on Gaza and suspected Hezbollah positions in Lebanon. Arab leaders met in Saudi Arabia on Saturday, condemning Israel's handling of the war and calling for an immediate ceasefire. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pushing back, saying Israel's battle against Hamas will continue with full force. Several hospitals in Gaza say that they have been under relentless bombardment, patients and medical staff trapped.
There is no electricity, actually. There is no water. There is no food. So our team is exhausted. We can see actually the smoke around the hospital. They hit everything around the hospital, and they hit the hospital many times.
Israel has portrayed Shifa Hospital as Hamas's main command post.
They have positioned all of their capabilities in, around and beneath hospitals,
saying militants were using civilians as human shields and had set up elaborate bunkers underneath the hospital, claims both Hamas and al-Shifa staff have denied.
There is no siege, I repeat, there is no siege on the Shifa Hospital. The east side of the hospital is open on El Wadi Street for the safe pass of Gazans who wish to leave the hospital.
Israel has been urging Gazans to flee southward, opening up humanitarian corridors. The Israeli military says more than 150,000 have fled in just the past few days, most of them on foot, but tens of thousands still remain in the north, where the fighting is the heaviest. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
In our nation's capital tonight, the clock is ticking on efforts to avoid a government shutdown this week. This morning, the new House Speaker, Mike Johnson, unveiled an unusual stopgap plan to avert a potential government shutdown come next Friday. That first part of the plan aims to extend funding until January 19th and cover key government services, including the military, construction, and housing. The second part of the bill would extend funding until February 2nd and include funding for other parts of the government.
We're working through the process in a way that I think the people will be proud of.
And the plan is meant to buy Johnson more time to pass individual appropriation bills, but some from his own party already don't want it. The new plan doesn't include changes to immigration policies or any additional aid for Israel or Ukraine. If lawmakers don't pass a spending bill by November 17th's deadline and the government shuts down, some 3 million federal employees, including military service members, could be affected. For the latest update on elections, or national or local, download the KXLY app. Coming up here after the break, a deadly crash on I-90 near Sprague, still under investigation. The details from the Washington State Patrol. Plus, we're visiting Mirabeau Point Park for this week's Air for Adventure. Some beautiful sights you won't want to miss.
And as the weather cools, it is turning to winter in the higher elevations. We have a chance as this next storm comes in to see a little bit of snow accumulation on our mountain passes over the next 48 hours. Not expected to be a huge bummer when it comes to travel, but certainly something that we have to start watching, especially with a cooling trend in the forecast that I'll show you coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
With holidays right around the corner, Ironstone Furniture and Fire is offering discounts on all in-stock dining sets, along with simplicity, indulgence, and endless possibilities. So, when you're looking for dining at its best. Visit Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
The updated COVID vaccine is available now and at no cost for most people 6 months and older. If it's been more than 2 months since your last COVID vaccine or infection, it's time to maximize your protection against the latest variants. The updated vaccine reduces your risk of serious illness or developing long COVID symptoms, even if you've already been vaccinated or infected. So schedule your appointment today. To learn more about the vaccine, where to get it, and how to stay safe and healthy, visit takecarewa.org.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at gawon'twait.com.
Take that up a little bit higher. You should feel that, like right back here.
Oh yeah, I felt that.
Good. That is so much better than last week.
Thanks. I've been doing them every night while I'm watching TV.
Oh, what are you watching?
It's a mystery.
High quality care that meets you where you are.
4 News Now is brought to you by Numerica Credit Union.
Welcome back. It's time to head outside to Mirabeau Point Park. This hidden gem is a great place to cool off in the summer, and it makes for some beautiful views in the wintertime as well. In this Air 4 adventure, Melissa Luck takes you high above Spokane Valley's Jewel by the river.
Mirabeau Point Park has it all for those who love the outdoors. The 55-acre park offers everything from fishing to hiking, biking, and even rock climbing. For most people, the big draw is the river. The granite rock formations make it easy to hike or just sit and watch the flowing water. In the summer, it's the perfect launch site for a kayak or canoe. The trails throughout the park are great for finding different wildflowers, rock formations, and birds. A little off the beaten path, you'll find a canyon where the rock walls offer climbers of all experience levels a challenge. And if picnicking is more your style, the meadows offer wide open spaces with picnic tables and room to throw a frisbee. The park also has the Centennial Trail running through it. Follow it to the west and you can find a favorite summertime swimming hole. Follow to the east and you'll soon be smelling the scent of fresh donuts. So if you're looking for a little adventure, check out Mirabeau Point Park.
And I'll tell you what, we're going to have some good adventure days coming up later on this week after a couple of rounds of rain in your forecast. Looking like things are going to be a little bit more isolated than maybe we were thinking a couple of days ago for Monday. But Wednesday still appears on track to be a little inconvenient and uncomfortable with some more consistent and heavier rain showers pushing through. And then there's this long-term trend towards cooler weather. It may not feel like it all the time so far this month, but it has been very mild to start November. I think we're going to end that sooner rather than later. So let's fast forward because I do want to talk about the rain that is going to come through. We have a very brief shot at it around the Spokane area and then south into parts of the Columbia Basin as we head to right about 8 or 9 in the morning. After that, though, you'll see things kind of dry up fairly quickly, and really we end up with some light rain showers around Coeur d'Alene, south into the Idaho Palouse, and north into Bottoms Ferry and Sandpoint. And so for North Idaho, our rain chances tomorrow anywhere between 30 and 40%. This drops down to about 20% and then 10 as you head further to the west. Overall, what it means is you don't have to worry about the raincoat too much in eastern Washington, and you should definitely keep it handy, North Idaho friends, as we, at least for the first kind of 2/3 of the day, still some lingering showers down towards Orofino and the Camas Prairie as we head into Monday evening. You get a break on Tuesday, and then the next round of wet weather, you can already see as we head into Tuesday morning, we'll start to push up from the south, and we'll see the clouds begin to take over again during the day on Tuesday ahead of that system. With multiple rounds of wet weather coming through, that means our temperatures slowly but surely will start to cool off here. And so by the middle to late portion of the week, our highs will be right around average for this point of the year, which are in the low 40s. And that is not all, because we continue to see at least a break even or even get a little bit cooler. And look at this. We finally have an idea of our first peak forward into the very important pre-Thanksgiving travel time here. This is the Climate Prediction Center outlook for the 20th to 26th of November. And look at this. Well above average chances for cool weather. And we know what cool weather can bring during holiday travel time. It can make things a little bit dicey. So that's a part of a forecast we're going to keep a close eye on for you. But here's just that little preview for you of what to expect. Maybe start making those plans couple of contingencies just in case. Right now, mostly cloudy skies. It's 45 degrees. It is going to be a very mild night tonight with upper 30s and low 40s across the area. And then here is tomorrow. That rain in North Idaho. Cloudy skies everywhere else, and temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s. We do have another system coming in for this weekend. That will likely bring in a little bit of mixed precipitation as those temperatures continue to cool, especially in the mornings.
All right, Matt, thank you for that. One person was killed yesterday on eastbound I-90 near Sprague, where a truck hit 2 construction barrels, drove over the median, and then rolled over. On your screen now is what was left behind after that truck veered off of the road. Washington State Patrol says they're still investigating the cause of the crash, but drugs or alcohol were involved. A second person was sent to a Spokane hospital to be treated for injuries. Now at 6 tonight, the search for a stolen beer truck is now over. No Light Brewhouse's big juicy IPA beer truck has been found, although it is a little bit dinged up. The Spokane Brewery offered a $1,000 reward for the safe return of the vehicle. The truck was stolen early this morning around 3 a.m. A fire in California forced the closure of Interstate 10, known as the Santa Monica Freeway, yesterday. The Los Angeles Fire Department said 2 separate pallet yards were involved, covering a total of about 80,000 square feet. Several vehicles were also destroyed in the flames. Police say that there's no estimated time for reopening the interstate. Still ahead here tonight after the break, the Cougs slide continues as the once 13th ranked in the country just lost its 6th straight game as their rivals on the west side are eyeing a second trip to the college football playoffs. We've got the highlights coming up.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Are you tired of looking tired? Has your everyday bag become the bags you have under your eyes? Are you constantly spending money on products that promise but don't live up to the hype? Stop throwing your money away and start looking and feeling your best with Plexiderm.
So I've had under eye bags for a very, very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works.
Plexiderm isn't just for under eye bags. It will also instantly reduce the appearance of fine lines, crow's feet, wrinkles, and even the 11 lines between your eyes.
After 15 minutes of applying this, there's no 11, and I look natural. It's not too tight. I like it.
Send your under-eye bags packing after just one application. Try it today at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
It's a November to remember at Dishman. Get great buys on Ram trucks and Jeeps, or special markdowns on pre-owned SUVs and four-wheel drives. But our best offer is a free big screen TV with every purchase. This week at Dishman.
The clock is ticking down to turkey time, and you know we got the deals during the Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Shop today because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spent and watch the savings add up. And with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out doorbusters while they last, plus 6 years, no interest. There's a lot to be thankful for during the Black Friday Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to sports. At one point this season, WSU was 4-0, and they were ranked 13th in the country. But that same team somehow managed to lose their next 6 games as they fell to Cal yesterday, 42-39. We'll show you how it happened. Opening drive of the game, Cougs going for it on 4th and 1, and maybe a team that cannot run the ball should not be doing the tush-push because things like this happen. The ball is fumbled, and Cal headed the other way for the defensive touchdown. An absolutely disastrous start to the game for Wazoo. We'll go to the 4th quarter. Cougs find themselves down 11, and this is not going to help. Cam Ward sacked, and the refs say his arm wasn't going forward. Noah Williams picks up the loose ball, and many of the Cougs players just stopped playing, and that allows Williams to sprint into the end zone. Another defensive score that proved to be costly. Ward would answer back on the next drive. He hits Josh Kelly here on a nice pass in the corner of the end zone, who comes up with a great catch, and after a 2-point conversion, only a 10-point game. They managed to get it down to just 3 after a few wild possessions. Dean Janikowski, a chance to tie it, and it's to the left, and that would essentially end the game. The Cougs spiral continues to get worse, and it's possible they'll finish the season 0-8.
Sometimes through the hard and through the suck, you got to find some positive things to rely on, and there will be some positive things again. There's extreme disappointment in this outcome. There's extreme disappointment in this locker room, this coaching staff, our program.
I mean, I feel like I'm the big reason why we were in that situation. I gave them 14 points by myself. So just got to take care of the ball.
Meantime, on the other side of the state, the Huskies doing just fine, and they are just a few weeks away from their 2nd trip to the college football playoff. On Saturday, they cleared a major hurdle in the way in a difficult November schedule. This time facing off against the Utes. Halfway through the first, it's a scoreless game. Dogs knocking on the door, and it's Michael Penix Jr., the Heisman candidate, who takes it himself, heads to the outside, and gets into the end zone. The Dogs with an early lead. But the Utes came to play today in the 2nd quarter. Bryson Barnes connects with Mike Sugaturanga for the short touchdown to cap off a 12-play, 75-yard drive, and the Utes had the lead. Back comes Penix and the offense. The next drive, he'll have plenty of time to air this one out, finding his favorite target. That's Rome Odunze in the single coverage, and UW reclaims the lead. Just the start of a big day for those two. In the 3rd quarter, Utah back on top, but Penix says, you know what, enough is enough. He finds Odunze back in the end zone for their 2nd score of the afternoon, and the Huskies took back the lead and did not give it up. They came out to play, and they won this one 35-27, improving to 10-0, giving head coach Kalen DeBoer his 100th win as a head coach.
I mean, you get that many wins because the guys make plays, and this year that's what our guys are doing. So I'm just, I'm excited to be along for the ride on this one. Just keep coaching them, keep staying the course, and let these guys have some fun.
And we'll head to Ogden for some Big Sky play, where Weber State was looking to pull off the upset over the 4th-ranked Idaho Vandals. End of the 3rd quarter, we're all locked at 21 until Adrian Cormier takes the handoff. He bounces off a couple of tacklers and finds his way into the end zone to give the Cats the lead as we head to the final quarter. And after the Vandals offense stalled out the next couple of drives, Weber State iced it away with this field goal to go up by 10 with just over 2 minutes to play. And there's not much the Vandals can do from there. They did score a touchdown, but it didn't prove to be enough. They couldn't get the onside kick, and Idaho drops their second game in Big Sky play. And now their odds of winning the Big Sky take a huge hit, but they still are in good position for a first-round playoff bye. And yesterday, Gonzaga's women's soccer team squared off against the Vandals in the first round of the NCAA tournament, and Marissa Garcia gave the Zags the only goal that they'd need. She blasted by the goalkeeper off of the free kick, and they ended up winning 1-0. That goal's all they needed to keep dancing into the second round. They'll take on UC Irvine this Friday in Lincoln, Nebraska. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ace Hardware. The Floor Traders Overstock Blowout Sale going on now. Waterproof click together starting at just 99 cents. Tiles starting at only 25 cents. The Floor Traders Year-End Overstock Blowout.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show, an experience you will never forget. Discover Santa's all-new North Pole with holiday getaways starting at only $250.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
The Floor Traders Overstock Blowout Sale is going on now. Laminate flooring starting at just 69 cents. Carpet starting at only 39 cents. The Floor Traders Year-End Overstock Blowout.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.